ready? Believe that. So shout out to my warriors, all my warriors, huh? In this video, I'm gonna show you how to explain how to deal with pain. You hear me, dog? Heavy. Yeah, how to deal with real pain, grief, whatever you want to call it, huh? Now, I know we see on social media, it's a lot of people faking the funk, huh? You hear me, dog? Heavy. Yeah, straight faking the funk, making things look a certain way. Social media is one big lie, right? Heavy. No one showing their failures, no one showing their pain, et cetera, homie. You hear me? So at the end of the day, social media has a lot of people bamboozled and fooled, you know? But a lot of those social media people, so-called influencers, yeah, it's all not what it seems. It's not all perfect, huh? They have pain they face, huh? Struggles they face, huh? You hear me, dog? Heavy, yeah, you know? And a lot of those people, a lot of those entertainers, celebrities can't even look in the mirror anymore. You know why? Huh? They sold their soul. They sold their soul, huh? At the highest to the highest level. They went to the furthest degree to get the guapino, the federale, the fettuccine, the linguine, homie. You hear me? Yeah, heavy. See them? Now they can't deal with the pain because the pain reigns, homie. Period. You know? Actions they've done, things they've taken, maybe even certain things, huh, that they have maybe sacrificed, you know? They've taken it too far, yeah, for the fame and gold. Never sell your soul for the fame and gold, yeah. But pain can make people do a lot of things, a lot of bad, negative things. But guess what? It can also make you move toward put your energy direction toward triumph, homie. You hear me? Huh? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let your pain turn to triumph. Heavy. See, a lot of people, majority let the pain take them over. Huh? Yeah. Make them feel bad for themselves. Even if they were done wrong, guess what? They still got to fight. You can't sit back and feel sorry. No, you can't sit back and feel like, why me, homie? You hear me? Huh? Even if you were wronged, heavy. Because guess what? Sometimes you're meant to be put through battles. Huh? So you can turn that pain to a positive, you know? So you can get closer to God, huh? You hear me? So you can become higher in the spiritual realm, huh? Yeah, on the spiritual level, huh? Yeah, man. Yeah, pain anoints you, baby. You hear me? Heavy, hmm, no doubt, no cap. As we know, some people have tougher roads, harder roads than others, right? Yeah. You know what it is, man. We know the realm, the world we live in. This is not God's world, but it's God's universe. Heavy, let me repeat it, huh? This is not God's world, but this is God's universe, huh? Yeah. But we seen how humanity runs this world, baby, runs this realm, right? How they live amongst each other, how they perform amongst each other. It's one big monopoly, like I always say, right? Everybody's trying to make the power move. Boom, heavy. hmm hmm And the so-called ones in power try to keep the pain coming, keep the chaos coming. You hear me? Yeah, because they know most people fold. Why? Huh? Because they don't want to face the pain. You hear me? They don't want to really step up to the plate and fight the pain. You hear me, dog? Heavy. They don't want to walk alone and really build themselves on the inside, from the inside, huh? You hear me, dog? Yeah. And really fight them battles, fight them demons, whatever it may be. Fight that hurt, fight that pain. Yeah. You know? Huh? The easy route is to sit back, say, oh no, I don't want to fight. I want to be comfortable. Yeah. People fall in love with comfort. Comfort is the biggest enemy, huh? Biggest enemy to the majority of humans, majority of people. Yeah. Mm. And when you understand being comfortable to the point where it holds you back from really saying what you want to say or do, you hear me? trying to find your purpose, trying to speak what's on your mind, take action heavy, put the work in for real. It's a major issue, a major issue. Yeah. So you can't let the pain break you. You were put through the pain for a reason. You must learn from it, right? Yeah. Grow from it. Heavy, you know, cut certain people off, stay away from certain energies. Yeah. But once you fight that battle, you get over that pain, boom. You take the next step. You reach a higher level in the whole spiritual realm, spiritual side of things. You realize more about the matrix, what's really going on. Yeah, you know, for real, man. But like I always say, it can be a lonely road, you know. It can feel different, feel out of whack at times, especially when you see things a certain way, see things like certain majority of people don't. You feel certain things, read certain energies quickly and swiftly, baby. You hear me? Heavy. You feel when something is off, when someone is off, right? Heavy. Yeah, for real, bro. Hmm. The whole time you got to stay aware. Keep a real discernment, be able to have a real discernment for people, places, things, situations. You hear me? Yeah, bro. Period. It may be tough. It may be tough, you know. Sometimes it may be loved ones, etc., that you have a certain discernment for, you know. Heavy, bro. It's just what it is. Like they always say, sometimes it be the closest ones. Period. Heavy, man. And you feel deeper because what? You love deeper, huh? Yeah. You display loyalty more deeper, huh? You hear me? Heavy. Your word means something. You hear me? When you say you love someone, got love for someone, it means something, huh, bro? You hear me, dog? Heavy. It's not just a word that you're throwing around saying, trying to get something, right? Heavy, bro. You hear me? No cap. We know a lot of people use the word love for wrongdoings, yeah, for wicked ways, huh? Heavy to trick people, deceive people. You hear me? Get what they want. Propaganda. We know all of the above, etc., etc. We know what it is. Babylon, stay aware. But at the end of the day, man, you know, bro, yeah, fighting that pain is not easy, but it's worth it. It's worth it when you look at everything full spectrum. You hear me, baby? Yeah. Big warrior here. Babylon, stay aware. hmm But you fight the pain starting within. Heavy. Training your body, training your mind, training your soul, training your spirit, right? Yeah. Bitch, yeah. Oh, yeah. Bitch, yeah. You hear me? Oh, yeah, man. Let's get it. Let's be real. Mm. But physical activity is one of the best ways, probably the best way, in my opinion, to really deal with that pain, deal with them demons. You hear me, dog? Whatever you dealing with, that trauma, that betrayal, et cetera, dog, from a family member, from a loved one, from a girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, etc., friend or foe, whatever the case may be, dog. Boom. It starts there. Training physically not only trains your body, but it trains your mind at the same damn time. You hear me, dog? Let me repeat it, right? Training physically not only trains your body, but it trains your mind at the same damn time. You hear me, dog? Heavy. And guess what? You know, the longer you do it, huh? The more discipline you gain, then it comes to a certain point where you won't stop. You can't stop. You really fall in love with it. You really fall in love with the healing, fighting the battles, breaking the demons. You hear me? Literally breaking their fucking necks. You hear me, dog? You see their fucking necks being broken. You hear me, dog? Heavy. Yeah. Man? Like I say, this world, humanity, everybody trying to get a payday, everybody faking a funk, bro. You know, from whoever it is, doctors, lawyers, etc., therapists, street niggas, ball players, entertainers, etc., warehouse workers, truck drivers, whatever. Everybody's faking the funk, huh? At the end of the day, majority trying to get a payday, you know? That's why you want to see the former. That's why you see the pharmaceutical business, a billionaire big business wants to keep people sick and ill. You know, keep putting a band-aid on the cut. You hear me? Never really fully stopping the bleed, understanding why the bleed started. You hear me? How the cut was formed, came about. Yeah, man. Never really fixing the real root of the problem, just talking around it. Oh, yeah. You hear me? Bitch, yeah. Yeah, man. hmm Man. This shit get real deal, no Holyfield, but shout out respect to Holyfield. He is a boxing legend. You hear me? Yeah, man. Mhm. But you must train your body. You must train your mind. It starts there. Mm. The real transformation starts there. Period. Yeah. And you know, some people want to blame this and blame that. Shit, man. Everybody got something going on, right? Some may be more than others, right? But at the end of the day, you can choose to commit. You hear me? You can choose to get up and be disciplined and not let that laziness get you or fuck over you. You hear me, dog? Heavy. You know, you make a choice. At the end of the day, it's gonna be days you're tired, days you're feeling down, etc. But that's those days is when you push even harder, huh? You know, man. Heavy, yeah. When you fight even harder, go to a certain place spiritually even harder. That's why it's important to be right within what Lauren Hill said. How you gonna win if you ain't right within, huh? Heavy, bruh, for real. Yeah, on that spiritual level, for real. Yeah, you hear, you know? And it's not easy to do. It's not easy to do, but it's worth it once again. And I ain't talking about training for a surface level, for the surface level bullshit, huh? You know, like we see what the fitness room is today. Surface level bullshit. Everybody just wanting to show their body. Everybody trying to sell something. Sell fucking enhancements, dogs. You hear me, dog? Heavy, no cap. Lying to the people, not really bleeding, not even putting the work in for real. It's about who they know, who you know, who puts them there, put them on a certain level. You hear me, dog? Yeah, man. So we see how the fitness room is, but I'm talking about training for the mental side of it, mental part of it, mental aspect for real, nigga. Heavy, you hear me? Big warrior, Babylon, stay aware. Check out my programs. You know, real programs. I will change you not only physically, I will change your mind, change you mentally. You hear me? No matter what you're going through, what you've been through, you must sharpen your fucking sword. Heavy. I don't care how bad it gets. Don't care whatever. Huh? Through the storm, through the pain, you remain, nigga. Through the storm, through the pain, you remain strong. You remain stoic. You hear me? Heavy, for real. Yeah. Yeah, man. Don't get caught up and on the in the exterior bullshit going on in the world. No, hell to the no, right? Get caught up in yourself, internal on the internally, dog. You hear me on the inside? You hear me, dog? Straight up, huh? Do it with pride. Stand tall. hmm Yeah, they want you with your head down. They want you to feel bad. They want you to break. But I say, fuck that. Never break, never surrender, never retreat, never fold. You hear me? Babylon, stay aware, dog. Period. You know? Yeah, man. Believe that. Mm. But you cannot surrender, man. Not retreat. You can never fold. Yeah. Mm. But it takes work. It takes work. And sad thing is, most people don't want to put in the work. hmm They come up with every excuse in the book. But point blank, period, is they don't want to. Because if you did, you would do. Huh? You hear me? Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, man. But fight pain. Ooh. You hear me? It's time to fight pain like never before. It's time to break the pain. Don't let the pain break you. You hear me, huh? Heavy. Yeah. It's going to be battles. It's going to be so called distractions, obstacles. Every season, every new season is more spiritual battles, spiritual warfare, huh? Yeah. You got to be spiritually inclined. uh-huh. Yeah, man. For real. So, how do you handle the pain? You hear me? Turn your pain into triumph. Heavy. Yeah, man. Big warrior here. Babylon, stay aware. Once again, you know what it is. Fire them comments up. Let me know how you feel about the video, man. Yeah. Babylon, stay aware. It get wicked. Woo!